Moving right along, we've got our inequalities. First thing I'm going to do is get that x isolated. X is less than 7. When I set up my number line, I want that 7 in the middle, one number higher, one number lower. X cannot be equal to 7, but it is the boundary line, and x needs to be less than 7, so we're headed that way. On this one, pull that 3 first. We'll get x over negative 2 is equal to 4, less than or equal to, rather. Multiply both sides by negative 2. And we'll get x is less than or equal to negative 8. Again, two numbers on either side of my boundary number. In this case, negative 8 is included in that solution set, so we're going to fill in that circle. We still want to be less than, so we're headed to the smaller numbers. 29, pull the 7 from both sides. 4x is less than 16. Divide by negative 4. Remember, dividing by a negative, that sign is going to flip, so x is going to be greater than negative 4. I get my 4 down on the line. One number bigger, one number smaller. Open circle, because negative 4 is not included in that solution set, and I want all the numbers that are larger than negative 4, so I head towards those larger numbers. Application problems, you have an Uber that charges a fixed fee of $4, and you're going to add an additional of $1.5 per mile, so 1.5 times an unknown number of miles. Your total charge is $28. From here, we're going to pull that 4 from both sides. And on this side, you've got the calculator. At this point, you will have your calculator, so feel free to whip that bad boy out. 1.5x is equal to 24, and that makes x equal to 16. So you went 16 miles, or you should have gone 16 miles. Moving right along. Now this one, read this one very carefully. They want the total amount of data. They want the total amount of data. So when you get the number, you're going to have to add your original 10. Here we go. $15 a month plus $25 per gig that you go over. You went over a whole bunch and got $265 on your bill. Now we need to see how many gigs you spent. We pull the 15 from both sides. 25x is equal to 250. Divide the 25 off. You went over by 10 gigs. So if we went over by 10 gigs and the plan started with 10, we have a total of 20 gigabytes that we used. All right, these two. Now, the way I set this up is going to be a little weird. We have $5 for the first month and then $12 for each month after the first month, so x minus 1. This is the same as $15 for each month after the first month. We want to know when they're equal, and that will tell us whichever one is the better deal. And it's described. And I'm going to show you how to get this answer so that you get all your points. From here, we're just going to solve for x to get our numbers, 15x minus 15. I'm going to subtract the 12 and add the 15. That gives me 5 plus 3. If we add the 15 to that 12, subtract the 12 from this side, and you'll get 3x. So 8 is equal to 3x. So x is equal to 8 over 3, or a little less than 3. All right, it's 2.66666. I'll do 2.7. Is our answer. At this many months, they are equal. So, if you're only going to use 2 months of service, then Chinchilla is going to be best. If you're going to use more than 2 months of service, you're going to want Stream-A-Lot, because at that point, the $12 a month is going to beat out the $15 a month. All right, so we've got to understand our answer. This is when they're equal, so less than that, the one that started off less, no fee, is going to be cheaper. After 2 2/3 rather, we're going to want the one that's cheaper per month. All right, this one, important note, and I'll get to that as we go. We've got a quadrilateral, 4-sided room. It's 2x plus 3, 7 minus 2x, x plus 4, and then 3x minus 1. And we'll change this problem for next semester, but you guys already have this. We don't want to. Anyway, continuing on. I've got 2x plus 3, 7 minus 2x, x plus 4, and then I'll put it over here, 3x minus 1. This is equal to the perimeter, and they give it to us at 25. They want to know how far is the shortest wall. I've got 3x plus 2x is 5, minus 2x brings us back to 3, and then x gives us 4 x's. I've got negative 1 plus 3, which is 2, plus 7, which is 9, and then plus 4, which is 13. Yep. And that's equal to 25. I'm going to subtract that 25 from both sides. 4x is equal to 12. So x is going to be equal to 3. X is going to be equal to 3. I'm going to take and dump it back in. So I have 7 minus 6, which is 1. I have 9 minus 1, which is 8. 3 plus 4, which is 7. And then 2x plus 3, which would be 9. Shortest side is 1. My bad. We're totally fine here. So how long is the shortest wall? 1 foot. Moving right along. In Miss Flanders' geography class, we're asked to find the distance using a scale. So it's 6.7 centimeters. We want to know how many miles that represents. We do know that 1 mile is equal to 1250 kilometers. So we're going to do it in kilometers. So 1 times x will give us x, and then 1250 times 6.7 is going to give us 8,300, and I have this written down, don't worry about this, 8,375 kilometers away. Round that to the nearest kilometer. 35. Ms. Flanders asks you then to make your own map. This one's a little weird. We want to know how many inches, how many miles 1 inch represents. So 1 inch represents an unknown number of miles, and we know that 5.34 inches is going to represent 267 miles. So 1 inch is how many miles versus 5.4, which we know to be 267. So I have 267 is equal to 5.34x. I'm going to divide that off, and you're going to get, I got 113 and some change, and I rounded that to 113. We got Tom Brady. Now, we're going to talk about this one. The numbers are out. This should be 36. He ran 5.28 for 40 meters. How long would he run for 99 yards? 40x is equal to, in this case, 52272. When we multiply that out, and then x is going to be equal to 13.07 seconds. Now, critical. This is an estimate. This is an estimate. Why is it an estimate? Because when you're going from 0 to 40 yards, you are speeding up. The rest of your run to get to that 99 yards, you are already hopefully at full speed. So it's not going to take you quite as long. So although this ratio can give you an estimate, note that in real life, you would be under this time assuming you held your speed, because you'd already be going at full speed by 40 yards. Last question. We have playlist, 155 songs are on our favorites, and that's 31% of the entire library. So 155 out of an unknown amount is equal to 31 over 100%. 31 over 100 being that 31%. We cross multiply. 31x is equal to 15500. Divide the 31 off, and you will get 500. So there are 500 total songs in your library. That's it. Good luck on the test.